everyone, what's up? Struderz here, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video I'll be going through my predictions on how the Premier League is going to plan out. I'm going to give you my top 6 and my bottom 3 that are going to go down, so let's get into it straight away. I'm going to start from 20th place and work my way up, and this is the team I believe is going to finish in dead last. 20th place, it's Hull City, the team that have just got promoted. I don't think they've done enough to bolster their squad. They've made one signing this summer so far. Everyone else, well, not everyone else, but most teams, especially within their competitive area, has made a lot more signings, and I just don't think they've got what it takes to make any sort of challenge to stay up, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of other predictions as well, and everyone else is saying Hull as well. So I think we're all in agreement that Hull is going to be one of the teams that are just not going to make it and stay up this season. In 19th place, again, another team that has just come up to the Premier League. Just like Hull, they've been up and down in recent years, but I again don't think they've just done enough to bolster their squad. They've had one guy come in basically that's notable, which is Flanagan from Liverpool on loan, but that's it. Again, I just don't think that squad is strong enough to survive the Premier League. The Premier League is getting stronger and stronger every year. Every team is getting such good depth now, I think, in the English Premier League. It's making it very, very hard to make these predictions, actually. Leicester obviously proving everyone wrong last season and showing that predictions are pretty pointless, but it's me doing it this year. But you know, I just don't think Burnley have got it in them to stay up again, so they will finish in 19th. And the last team to not survive in the Premier League, who's going to finish in 18th and get relegated, I believe, is Watford. Now, you could say, well, Watford, really? They had a pretty good season last year. And you know what? Full credit to them. They've done excellent. N'Gala and Deeney, both doing fantastic, scoring 15 goals each in the Premier League. They had a fantastic season. The question is, will they be able to live up to that this season as well? Will they be able to produce the same skills, the same performances that they did last season? And unfortunately, I think that's no. Nothing personal against them, but we've seen so many players have great seasons. Notably, people like Michu. Remember him? I don't even know where he is now. I think he's playing in some sort of reserve league in Spain. But what I mean is, you know, players have fantastic seasons, and only the really best have consistent seasons. Harry Kane's an example. He's been able to prove the doubters that he didn't just have one good season. He managed to continue that on. I, for one, was one of the first people to say, obviously not on YouTube because I'm new, but I was one telling my friends, you know, Kane, you know, he's a one-hit wonder. You know, 1 year he won't score many goals, but he proved us wrong this season. So you know what, full credit to him. But I just don't think that the pairing of N'Gala and Deeney, although well done Watford for keeping them, I don't think they'll be able to produce what they did last season. I don't think they're going to survive. I think it's going to be close, I would admit, but I think they will be the ones that just don't quite make staying up in the Premier League this season. So I'm not going to go through the full 20 because I just don't see the point in that. There's no point in trying to predict who's going to come 10th, 11th. I think that's almost impossible. But what I'm going to try and do is predict the top 6. And this year, I think it's going to be West Ham. I think they've got a fantastic squad and they are improving it every year. And not only that, they've now moved into a brand new stadium, the Olympic Stadium. And I think they're going to have a fantastic morale in the squad. And if they can get that going, you know, taking advantage of having a brand new stadium. They've already sold out all their season tickets, so you know what? They're going to have a great atmosphere as well. Like I said, they've got great players. They managed to keep Pyatt. They've also got a few other players in. They got Ayew in, of course, from Swansea as well. They paid 20 million, I think, for that. For him. So I think they're looking fantastic. They're a very pacey squad. They got some really quick players in there, and yeah, I think each season as go by, they've got the money. I think they're going to keep getting better and better. I generally think if they have a good season this year, they can continue improving. But I'm going to give them 6th this year. I don't think they've got what it takes to beat the 5 big squads in the Premier League at the moment. But 6th place for them, and I think they will really give most teams a challenge, even the big ones, a real challenge, especially at home. It's going to be not intimidating, I don't think, but you know, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to be pretty daunting, I think, with all those West Ham fans singing. They're good fans, so yeah, West Ham 6th. Now, I think this one's going to surprise quite a few people, but I think Chelsea are going to get 5th. Yes, 5th. Why are you screaming at me? Well, you know, yes, on paper, they've got a good squad. They've got a great squad. They're Premier League winning players, but I don't know. I just think Chelsea just don't have that club. They don't, the players just don't gel. They don't have that morale that other teams produce. Last season was a perfect example of that. Hazard, supposedly one of the best players in the world, just didn't have a good season at all last year. Fabregas didn't play very well. Costa wasn't amazing either, to be honest with you. Yeah, I just don't think they've really got what it takes to make top four this season. I think the other four squads, although Chelsea is an absolutely fantastic squad, let's not get me wrong there, but I just think the other four are stronger this year. I think they've just improved more, or they've already got better players, or not necessarily better players, but a better gelled squad. I just think that they just turn up on the day. Chelsea had a terrible home record. People were just not scared to go to Stamford Bridge and score those goals, and I don't see that changing too much this season either. Obviously they're going to do better this season than they did last season. I think last season was an absolute one-off. I don't think you'll see Chelsea have a season like they did in the first half of last season, probably ever. I mean, not ever, but like in recent memory or in the next 10, 15 years, I don't think you'll see that at all. Chelsea are here to stay. They're a really rich club. And you know what? Next year they could win it again. But I don't think this year they really have it in them. I think the other four, or the other four squads are stronger. Fourth place, I'm giving to Spurs. I think they had a fantastic season last year, and they were very unfortunate not to win the league. They did choke at the end, so to say. They did drop off. They just couldn't sustain their good form. But they were the only really team that threatened Leicester. Obviously, Leicester stayed at the top most of the season, but Tottenham did get there for a few weeks, and I think they've got some amazing players. They've got some really good young talents. If Kane has another good season, then that's really going to help them. And across the board, they've got fantastic players. Obviously, Lloris in goal is one of the best keepers in the world as well. And I just think that they will be able to continue to improve. Also, they didn't make many signings so far. I mean, obviously, they might still do. They've obviously most notably got Wanyama from Southampton. That just deepens their squad even more. I think they've already got a good midfield, so Wanyama's only going to help improve that. So I'm going to give Spurs fourth this season. Now this one is a little tight, and I'll tell you what, I did kind of think about it, but I'm giving Arsenal third place. I don't think currently, with the squad that they've got, they will be able to challenge first or second. Although I do think this season is going to be very close between the three teams that are remaining, Arsenal and both the Manchesters. Obviously, I'll tell you which in order the Manchesters will be in a minute. But Arsenal obviously got a fantastic squad. They've got Ozil, they've got Sanchez, they still got Cech in goal. The three main players who are absolutely amazing. You've got the young talents of Bellerin, who's incredible. Even Monreal had an amazing season last season. He got a lot of game time. And Ramsey didn't have such a good season. Giroud, I think, is underrated. I think Giroud is brilliant. If you look at his goal scoring record, he scores goals. He will get between 15 and 20 each season, which I think is a consistent striker. You don't get many strikers score more than that unless they are really world class, not on a consistent year-to-year basis anyway. I do think Arsenal do need a world-class striker to back up Giroud or complement Giroud, and it is a shame that they haven't got a player such as Higuain. I think Higuain would have been the best signing for him, and that would have been perfect. And if they did get Higuain, I would be contemplating first or second for Arsenal, but on the basis of them not improving on their striking options, I will give Arsenal third place. However, if they do buy someone like Lacazette, who they have been linked to for ages now and a lot, which I, as an Arsenal fan myself, I would like to see, but realistically, I don't think they're going to do any better than a third. So it's going to be a pretty average season for Arsenal, and yeah, third place for them. Again, this choice was really, really hard, but I am giving Manchester City second place. A lot of people have been predicting Man City to get first, but I'm not so sure. I think City are starting to drop off now. Toure is aging, and a lot of the other players just aren't all cracked up as what they seem to be. They seem to pay a lot of money for players that I don't think are, worth what they're what they've paid for him. Like Raheem Sterling, I don't think he's lived up to his transfer fee. They've just went and spent nearly, I think, about £50 million on Stones. I think that's absolutely insane, personally. Uh, I don't think he's worth that much, maybe 25, 30 million in total maximum. Although I do know that English players do, for some reason, come at such a high price tag. But yeah, I just don't think Man City are up for it. Joe Hart wasn't looking as good as he previously has been, yeah, a few seasons ago. Of course, Aguero is an amazing player, but I don't think City just are as big a threat as they were 2, 3 seasons ago. I just think the squad is aging, and yeah, I don't think Silva's as good as he was. Um, their defence is starting to age as well, and yeah, I just don't know. It's really, really hard to call, but if I did think about it quite long and hard, and I decided to give City second in the end. They have got Sane as well, but again, he's still young. It could take a couple seasons to fit in. You just don't know yet. So yeah, Manchester City second, and of course, that only leaves one team left, and that is Manchester United. Yes, I am an Arsenal fan, and I am predicting Manchester United to finish first. Insane, right? Well, that just shows I'm not being biased. I generally think Man United will do it. There's just something about Manchester United. They might not have the best, amazing players in their squad, but they just seem to always do quite well. Irritatingly well is the best way to put it. But I just think that with the two main signings, the two of the most biggest signings in the world of football, Pogba and Ibrahimovic. I mean, you can't really get much better than that, other than Ronaldo and Messi, I don't think. The acquisition of Ibrahimovic, I think, is really the decider. I think that he's going to score quite a lot of goals. It doesn't matter what country this guy plays in, he scores a lot of goals, and I don't think the English Premier League is going to be any exception. I think that he's going to be the difference between Manchester United scoring enough goals to win the Premier League. I'm not saying they're going to be the best defensive, but I think that Ibrahimovic is going to get those extra goals here and there in the season that decides the extra points and makes Manchester United finish at top. I don't think they're going to finish far ahead. It could be no more than 5 points, but I think he's the difference. Of course, Pogba as well is obviously the biggest signing. It's a world record signing, so what else can I say? He's obviously a fantastic player, and he's only going to strengthen that squad even more. I think the squad's going to be on a real high. All the other players are probably going to be excited to have these two big names in their squad, and I think they're going to get to a good start. And I don't think they're really going to drop off either. I expect to see them in the top 4 for the whole season, I think, especially with Mourinho in the squad now. I know he didn't obviously had a good season last year with Chelsea, but I think that really is a freak of nature what happened last year with Mourinho, and I believe that they will all pull together at Man United and have a fantastic season, and I think they're going to finish first. I'm sad to say as an Arsenal fan, but you know what? That's just how it is this season. Hopefully, if Arsenal get that damn striker, Wenger, and maybe we can finish first or second. But for now, United are going to be the champions. And yeah, that's my opinion anyway. Of course, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and everyone's welcome to leave in the comments what they think. And yeah, just a quick mention on the FIFA 17 release. Obviously, I am currently doing a FIFA 16 manager career mode with Middlesbrough, and I'm going to be starting a new one the day that FIFA 17 comes out. I want to really just crack down on FIFA 17 and get some great video content out for you guys, and I'm going to be starting a manager career mode the day it is released. So I'm going to be telling you soon what squad I'm going to be starting with, so stay tuned for that. I'll be releasing that in the next week or so as a little announcement. But anyone who's interested in manager career modes, that is what's going to happen. I'm going to be producing my top 10 players with potential as well. That may take a few weeks because I will need to get stuck into the game and see what players are the ones with good growth. I've done that for FIFA 16 recently. I've done that a bit late, to be honest, which is why it hasn't got many views. But a while back I did it on FIFA 13, 12 and 11. They all got tens of thousands of views, and thank you for everyone who viewed that. I'll get one of those videos straight away. Hope that gets really popular and show a lot of people who's going to be the best buys for that. So expect some great content from FIFA 17 when that's released as well. But that's it for now. My name's Struderz. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for extra content. Keep up to date with everything. And that's it for now. Have a good day. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.